This is Greg Noyes, Pacific West Home Inspections, and today I'm doing a house in Burbank, and we're in the backyard of the pool. We've let the pump run for about 10 minutes now, and it's just finally starting to prime. The plaster in the pool is looks newer. There are two bottom drain lines, drain covers we like to see, and they have the hair entanglement and anti-vortex covers on. The way it's plumbed though, they have an 1.25 inch pipe off the side here, and you can see here the weir has been removed, so there's probably some damage done back in the '94 earthquake. And then pool light is there, and this has the old junction box on the deck, and we haven't used these in 30 years. And what happens here, there's a wire, the wires for the pool light are spliced here, and water from the pool will get in there, and this whole area here will be a shocking situation, electrocution area. So what we do now, we move the junction box away from the pool and put it 8 inches above the pool surface. There's no pool valve to fill the pool. They use a hose today, and so you could suck dirty water back in your home system. There are switches out here that appear to be for the pool light, and they're not working today. The conduit they use for power is not rated for exterior use. And out here on the left exterior of the house is your pool equipment area, and the pool line coming in is 1.25 inches, and it leaves the pump at 1.5 inches, so it's not a balanced system. And I wasn't able to, there's no, on the sight glass of your gauge here, it's not showing that it's even working. You can feel air coming out, but it's not priming. So that you have there. So what I want to do is go over how to shut things off first. We just talked a little bit about your pool, but on your left exterior of the house is your main panel, and up in the top breaker here is your main disconnect, and you flip it to your right, and that turns off the power to the house. So you can see they have some labeling. It's unreadable and misspelled. That'll be on the report. Also on the left exterior is your gas meter. They do have a seismic gas shutoff valve on the system, and on an earthquake that's 5.4, it will automatically shut off. It's not required to have them in the city of Burbank, but it's always a good safety device to have. Some other cities do require them. The gas valve from the street is off today. So when you have the tang up and down, it's on. When the tang is perpendicular to the gas line, it's off. And you need a wrench to turn that on. At the very front of the house is where the water is, so we'll look at that next. So I'm at the front of the house, and here's the main water shutoff valve. It's a 3/4 inch pipe from the street, and typically we like to see 1 inch. That's, you turn the valve up and it shuts it off. And they went from 3/4 back to 1 inch here. This is a pressure regulator, so our street pressure is always high. It's over 80 pounds here in Burbank, so we like to lower it down below 80. Today your readings are over 90 pounds, so this regulator is out, needs to be replaced. Next thing we're going to do is climb the roof, and before we do that, I'm going to talk a little about pool safety. There's no fence around the pool. The side gate swings into the house, into the backyard. We want to swing it out, and it's not fitting in the where it self-closes. So, and then now there will be a series of photos, your main conditions, and after the photos come up, then you'll see the roof inspection. So I'm about ready to climb the roof, and it's got at least 2 layers. The bottom layer is a wood shingle, and they put the composition shingles above that. And so we're going to get on the roof here. In the background you can hear the Metro Link. And even though we're close to the airport, I haven't heard any planes, so that's good. And your neighbor 2 doors down put a new roof on his house. But at the very front room, your living room, you have your masonry fireplace, and it's got a cracks. You see here cracks in the chimney cap. There is a clay flue here, which we like to see, but you can see it's missing a spark arrestor on top here. We like to keep a spark arrestor for sparks and also rain cap. So none of your neighbors have one either. But what happens, water will get down in the system and deteriorate the mortar and the fire bricks. And then when you have cracks in your chimney cap here, water will get down inside the system and rust the rebar in the corners. And sometimes it blows out the bricks here. So I'm going to just bring the camera around, look at your corners here, and they actually look in pretty good shape. And the other thing on the getting on here, I noticed that the flashing, the composition shingles, the last layer was not flashed properly. They just used mastic, and they should use metal tabs at each shingle. So this will have to be a maintenance type issue, and you'll be up here every year or two, or having somebody up there to seal it. You can see there's gaps in the mastic right now, so water can get in there. Now, one nice thing about California, we're in a drought, so we haven't had much water. And in the very top of the roof, where the 2 rows come together, we call that a ridge cap. And you can see they got deteriorated ridge cap here. So as you go down, it gets a little worse. So the very top ridge cap needs to be replaced, and where these plumbing vents come up, they're missing a flashing member there as well. Over the garage you have a whirlybird, and we're going to see if that is working. And I'm over the garage right now. So I'm aging the roof. Looks like it's about 15, 17 years old. And over here they have the vent for your a water heater, and they used a single wall pipe, and it should be a double wall type B vent pipe. So that's done wrong. And then they had a older abandoned vent here. It's made out of transite, and that could be removed on your next re-roof. Over your kitchen area, which is be on your right side, you have a vent for your range, your plumbing vents here. And I want to walk down here. You can see some of the shingles, the nails have worked up, so that some attention needs to be done here to bring the roof back to where it works properly. In your attic, you have gable vents, and which we like to see. And then over your rear house, rear yard, you have this beautiful pool and wood deck. There's some gaps there. Your back wall, it's a 4.5-inch block without any support columns, and it has no rebar. And so that'll come down probably your next earthquake. And your whirlybirds spin up on your roof. And you've got some vents. I'll have to check out what these are for. That's probably for your ceiling vent in your master bathroom. And you got neighbors over here enjoying their pool. And I'm going to turn your whirlybird here. And you have we call a package unit here. It's a unit that has both a furnace and the air conditioner. It's made by Goodman, and they do a lot of replacement type of AC units. And this is 2008, so it's 6-7 years old. Typically these things last around 20-25 years, so you'll need to have it serviced, because today the AC was not working and the gas has been turned off, so I won't be able to run the furnace. So it's called a package unit, and it sits on top of your house, and when we go up top of the attic, or in the attic, we'll see the ducting for it. The gas line to the unit's missing what we call a sediment trap. It's a piece of pipe that comes down here, picks up any dirt, and off to the side here is a main disconnect for power, and the conduits weren't attached to the pedestal. There is a metal valley here, which we like to see, and there's no gutters around the edges of the roof. So your neighbors on both sides have pools. So again, this is Greg Noyes, Pacific West Home Inspections, and I can always be reached at 818-271-0417.